That's right, ladies and gentlemen. It's time for Victor Wembanyama talk, okay? The lottery is on Tuesday. This video will be coming out Saturday afternoon. And I thought I would just do a quick little rundown of why each team's going to win the lottery or what I think is going to happen. And just kind of start from the bottom and go all the way up. Pelicans, 0.5% chance of them winning the lottery. It's just not happening. Obviously, they already have Zion. Good lottery luck there, getting him kind of rewarding for the AD trade. It is kind of convenient usually with the lottery that there's like a reason why they got it. And there's a few teams up here that make a lot of sense, I think. But you can't rig it for the Pelicans, right? They've already got enough guys. Raptors, 1%. Same thing. They've got enough guys already. They got Scotty Barnes, Rookie of the Year. Debatable, but he got the award. And they got a lot of big guys up there too, right? Siakam, Boucher, Barnes, OG, Achua, and then you got Van Fleet and Trent potentially. They just fired Nick Nurse. He would have been a great guy to develop under Nick Nurse. Tough defensive coach, good with young kids. But again, 1%, really not trying to waste so much time here, but he would be a great fit up there. He looked really cool in the OVO. Him and Drake, get him. I was about to say get him into American culture, but obviously he'd be up in Canada. But it's Toronto. So, then as for the next team, the Thunder, 1.7%. They can't win it. Okay, they have 1 billion picks. They can go up there and get them if they wanted. I think they should use those picks on guys like Mikal Bridges or Karl-Anthony Towns or something like that. But 1.7%. They were too good. They were too good to get Wembanyama. But if they got Wembanyama and paired him with Poku and Chet, that'd be hilarious. And then SGA running around scoring 1 billion points with a bunch of skinny guys, skinny, huge, tall guys. It'd be a very funny lineup. Like you could have SGA at the point guard, and your shortest guy on the team would be like 6'6", 6'7". That'd be crazy. The analytics guys would love it. In the future of the NBA, like the traditional, your old dad and grandpa looking at a bunch of, skinny, tall Europeans, that would really, really rub them the wrong way. But I just don't see it happening. All right. The first team where you could see it happening maybe is the Bulls, right? Chicago wants to figure it out. 1.8%, a tiny bit over tiebreaker of the Thunder. If this team, more like this city, wins both lotteries and has the Bears getting the overall pick too, we'll have some words. They have this pick after getting Vucevic. Not have this pick. Basically, they have to win the lottery to keep the pick. I think it's like top 3 protected. But if they don't get anything out of that, the pick will go to the Magic, which are a really good team. But we'll talk about them in a minute. They have a big 3 with Vucevic, DeRozan, and Levine. Levine's kind of the only guy I really like on that team going forward long term. DeRozan kind of flamed out. Vucevic is just kind of, he's a damn good player, but can you win a championship with him as one of your top 3 guys? Maybe not. Obviously, Lonzo's knees don't work, which is so sad to see because he was playing real well before his knees went down. He's gotten 3 different knee injuries on the same knee and different surgeries, and the doctors are like, we don't know what the hell is going on here. So they could probably use Wembanyama, but no. They've used all their lottery luck on Bedard and getting Fields help by trading down. So we're not doing that. Now here's the first team which would go full chaos mode. 3% chance for the Mavericks. Obviously, the NBA does not like the Mavericks. They openly tanked, and I swear to God, if they won the lottery, I said if there's any rigging of lottery going on, I think the most likely thing would be if this team somehow won, they'd rig it and do it again and make it so it didn't happen because you cannot let this team win. They openly tanked for Wembanyama. They threw away a legit shot at the play-in. We've seen with the Heat make the play-in tournament and shit happens, right? And same with the Lakers. Not nearly as much with the Lakers, obviously, but you know what I mean. And you look here, and it's like, okay, they, have a good European player already in Doncic, clearly. They might be bringing back Kyrie, another NBA favorite. So it just makes 0 sense. It'd be fun to see these 2 Europeans on the same team, just absolutely awesome. And I mean, I think, it's a good market to go to in Texas. And, Cuban would do a real good job marketing them for sure. But I just don't really see it happening. But, maybe it helps keep Luka in Dallas, but I think they'll cross that bridge when they get to it. Up next, the Jazz, 4.5%. this is one of the spots where it's like you can't let him go here, right? But then again, right, it's Utah. But the NBA loves Utah. They ignore all the crimes of Karl Malone. D Wade's moving over there. He's a part owner. They just had the All-Star game there. Most improved player, Lauri Markkanen, another European, right? So he's a big European, kind of, similar play style, maybe. And with him going from, Europe to college to the NBA, he's got a pretty unique experience where he can probably help Wembanyama adapt. I think it'd be an interesting fit over there. And it might reward them for trading away their 2 stars last year. But maybe then again, the NBA is like, we don't want that to happen. And we'll reward people for not trading their stars, which we'll talk about in a minute. But I don't think this fit makes a lot of sense. Can you really get hyped for him in those practice jerseys that they wear? The Jazz, it's like just, Jazz and then just the number. I don't know, man. I keep thinking of it like Wembanyama as the party jersey, the Darty party jersey in the backyard. Like it was Cade's teal jersey a few years ago. It was Ja Morant's teal jersey a few years ago. And then I'm trying to even think, who was it last year? I don't even know. Maybe Paolo Banchero Magic, but not really a guy like that. But looking then next at the Wizards, this is the first one where I think it starts to make a lot of sense. I could see, that district with like the hand up, old Bullets type logo, Wembanyama. That would kind of work. Him and Kristaps Porzingis would be like, again, kind of what I was talking about with the Thunder, like the perfect new NBA front court. 2 European skinny dudes that shoot threes, right? That don't really bang down in the post at all. Them along with Bradley Beal would be cool. Kind of rewarding Bradley Beal for staying there. And with them being in DC, you can call Wembanyama like the French ambassador or something funny like that. That'd be a pretty funny nickname. So I do kind of like that fit. I think it would work because the Southeast Division kind of needs another team to be good. I mean, obviously the Heat figure out their voodoo and they just go on that crazy run, almost like Michigan basketball, where it's like, hey, they just kind of show up and make a deep run. And then they got the Hawks, which is like, really, it's the Hawks. And then you got the Magic starting to get good too. It'd be cool to see the whole division getting good. Pacers up next, 6.8%. Another one where it's like, really, can I see him in the Pacers? Probably not. Indiana, great basketball state, obviously more in college. They haven't been totally relevant since the Malice of the Palace, really, on the grand scheme of things. I know they had that one Paul George series where everyone was kind of like, whoa, let's go. But, putting him alongside Miles Turner, though, would be really interesting. Because, Miles Turner is like John Collins, perpetually on the trade block. They've agreed to terms. Nope, just kidding. But he's still over there in Indiana. And pairing him with Halliburton would be a cool little 1-2 punch, Wembanyama and Halliburton. So, and obviously they got Mathurin as well. No disrespect to him. So I could kind of see that fit. Obviously it's in the division with the Pistons, which would stink. But, Halliburton was an absolute baller. He made the All-Star game. Miles Turner isn't bad at all. Good little big 3 there, Mathurin as well, scoring a lot as a rookie. So I don't really see it, but I wouldn't be shocked. Here's the first team where I think that they almost don't even need him. As crazy as it is to sound, like they need Scoot more than anything. The Magic, 9% chance. Great team, great rebuild. Paolo Banchero is an absolute stud. Thankfully, they didn't take Jabari Smith. They were listening to the ball nowhere's out there, and they took Paolo instead. Franz Wagner, Wendell Carter, a resurgent Markelle Fultz, and Jalen Suggs kind of figuring things out. It's a good young core. Obviously, got Mo Wagner too. Shout out Michigan. But adding that all together with Wembanyama, that's a big, tall team. That's a lot of tall dudes, and that's kind of where we're going in the NBA. They obviously have a great history of centers, and maybe getting Wembanyama here, he'd be a Laker in 5 or 6 years, and that'd help the league out a ton. But hey, getting them another guy, him and Paolo and Wembanyama front court, that's NBA guys would love that. It'd be a league pass must watch. So the Blazers, 10.5% chance. Dame Lillard, the league loves him. He's alone on an island right now. He needs a center. Nurkic sucks. This makes too much sense. Reward the guy for not trading. The owners would probably maybe even collude to make it happen. It's like, look, this is the one guy that's not requesting a trade. Joe Tsai is pissed that his guys all left. Hey, I want to get traded him out. He wish he had a guy like Lillard that would stay, clearly. These big guys are forcing trades out. So reward the guy that isn't trading out with the guy with the generational prospect like Wembanyama makes a lot of sense. So this is, to me, I think is the second best option in terms of like who would I rig it for if I'm the NBA. The media loves Dame. They'll help him out, and this makes a lot of sense. Almost too much sense to the point where I think it might happen. But the number one spot where Victor Wembanyama is going to land is, unfortunately for everyone involved, the Charlotte Hornets. Now, I know this goes against everything I said about jerseys and fit and things like that, but there's one thing that's louder than everything. Money, right? Jordan's trying to sell the team, and every time a team is sold, they win the lottery, or they at least move up a ton. And them being, fifth best odds, they're going to win the lottery, okay? No, fourth best odds, they're winning the lottery. It's that simple. He's already in New Orleans. Not New Orleans. Hornets now, or Charlotte, obviously. So he's already in Charlotte, right? It's just happening. Him and LaMelo Ball, they got a lot of other big guys, whatever. But again, it's not even about on the court, it's off the court, okay? The league can help out Jordan one more time, especially if LeBron is about to win a title, which, he just beat the Warriors last night. Jordan will do everything he can. The 26th valuation team, and you're seeing an NFL team just sold for $6 billion, right? You need to get as much money as you can for this team. So adding in a generational talent, best guy we've seen in a long time, Wembanyama, that'll really, really, really help out the valuation. We saw it with the Timberwolves a few years ago, right? They were going up for sale, and they won the lottery, got Anthony Edwards, and their value went way up. It's just how it works. So he's already, unfortunately, a Hornet. He's going to be there. So him and LaMelo Ball, very interesting, because again, LaMelo Ball probably going to get the hell out of Charlotte. You think a big baller wants to be playing in Charlotte? Like, that's my, very bad LeVar impression, but it makes sense. It'll help your eyes stay. If your team's good, why would you leave? But I don't know, man. It's unfortunately rigged, and this is what's going to happen. If it doesn't, and I age poor, hopefully this video ages terribly, and, he's in the Pistons. But now we get to the last three teams, all tied with 14%. I'll go a bit quicker here because we're getting a little long. Spurs. Okay. Greg Popovich built his dynasty on, a center, helped it out. Spurs got really good with, David Robinson. But you look at it now, they've got a lot of European guys they had building that team out, right? And then, obviously with Tony Parker, a French guy already, a big, technically foreign guy, not really though, obviously. Tim Duncan, and then Ginobili, obviously too. And then, Thiago Splitter, a few other guys. Going way down the list. But, he's the GOAT coach to a lot of people. He's about to leave. Let's have this generational talent get taught by the GOAT coach. It makes sense. Reward the Spurs for being a good legacy organization and get him back on top with a guy like him. Rockets, 14%. Big media market. Very fun, intriguing young stars. Haven't had a ton of lottery luck recently. You have Ime Udoka representing you at the lottery. You're not doing yourself any favors. Obviously, you've done a little bit of shenanigans off the court. Not the best on the court. Obviously on the court, awesome. And he'd be a great fit. Like, I would love to see him coach Wembanyama, but come on, what are we doing here? I don't know why you would do that unless it's already like a pre-recorded lottery. Just adding the extra ability for the league to be like, you know what? Maybe not. See you later. But hey, do what you want. I love the hire there, though. I know as a Pistons fan, I'm not allowed to like the Rockets because of the whole Cade versus Jalen Green situation, but I like what they're doing a lot. And then finally, Pistons. This is the one where he should go if the league is smart, in my opinion. I'm very biased. Again, Pistons fan. I'm already wearing my PSG top because, got to try to get French here. But Pistons played in Paris, multiple French players. The city itself needs a star, not just the Pistons, obviously, but the whole city. It's a traditionally French city, Detroit. The French owned it for a while. My town, specifically of Grosse Pointe, two French, E's at the end. It's a French city. The French and Indian War, they had a big thing in the front yard, across the street from my house. There was a big battle there a way back. It was like the Fox Run something, whatever. Detroit means on the water, De-twah, all right? The River Rouge is one of the power plants, one of the factories down there. Detroit City Football Club, I talk about sometimes on here in the Detroit State of the Union, nicknamed Le Rouge. It makes too much sense. It's a French city. reward us. Us in like Montreal and Quebec. Come on. Hopefully it makes sense. Again, Pistons played last year in Paris. He was courtside. Am I connecting the dots? Is my tinfoil hat on? Am I Charlie from the Always Sunny with like the board and the X's and O's and the strings? But we'll try and figure it out. But in conclusion, the top 3 teams: number 1, Hornets; number 2, Blazers; number 3, kind of Wizards, but I'm going to say Pistons just to try to keep it simple. But official prediction. Someone asked me yesterday. Official prediction, what's happening? Pistons will not get 5th. They'll get 4th. We'll make it to the first media timeout where they do, 14-5. And then it'll be like, wow, Pistons are in the top 4. Oh, my God, are we doing it again? Are we doing it again? And we're back from commercial. Thank you, Jake from State Farm. Pistons 4, piss off. Thanks. That would be, maximum pain, I think, is pick 4. Because there's 2 guys you want in this draft. Brandon Miller out of Alabama, shooting guard, no pun intended. Get him there. Would be a great fit in the Pistons. And a lot of people want Scoot Henderson over him. So if you go to 3, you're probably okay. But I imagine Miller would be a great fit for the Pistons. I'm already rationalizing us getting 3rd, which is loser talk. Pistons are winning the lottery. And no, I will not apologize. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe. Peace.